you all for coming. My name is Marisel Hernandez. I'm the chairwoman of the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners. Early voting for the upcoming November 5th presidential general election is now open in downtown Chicago at 2 sites. Here at our super site at 191 North Clark Street at the corner of Clark and Lake, and at our board offices at 69 West Washington Street, 6th floor. Any registered voter in Chicago can come down and vote early if you want to get a head start on your civic duty. And if you're not yet registered to vote, we can register you and you can vote on the spot. As expected, we had some of our regular early voters here in line when we opened at 9 a.m. Excited to be some of the first Chicagoans casting their ballot. This is the big presidential election, so we know voters are fired up and ready to start voting. From October 3rd through the 27th, these 2 downtown early voting sites will be open weekdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then, from October 28th through November 4th, these 2 sites will be open for an extra hour on weekdays from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. with the same hours on weekends. On Election Day, November 5th, this super site will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting in all 50 wards in Chicago will begin on Monday, October 21st at 9 a.m. and run through November 5th, Election Day. This is a reminder that any voter in Chicago can go vote at any early voting site, no matter where they live in the city. Voters can choose whatever early voting site is most convenient for them, including on Election Day. Now, a few words about vote by mail. Voters can still choose to apply to vote by mail for the upcoming election. They can go to our website, chicagoelections.gov, and apply for a vote by mail ballot, or they can also apply online to join the permanent vote by mail roster and receive their ballot ahead of every election. Vote by mail applications will remain open until October 31st on Halloween, but please do not wait until October 31st to apply for a vote by mail ballot. If you're thinking of voting by mail, do it now. As of today, we have received over 225,000 vote by mail applications. All of those ballots have been shipped. So if you haven't received your vote by mail ballot yet, you will soon. And if you're voting by mail, you'll receive emails letting you know when your ballot has been mailed and when it's been received back and when it's counted. So keep an eye on your email inbox. You may also go to chicagoelections.gov and use the voter information lookup, and that will give you the status of your vote by mail ballot as well. Sample ballots are also now available on our website. Go to your voter information page, input your info, and you will be able to see the candidates, referenda, and questions that will appear on your ballot based on your ward and precinct. A couple of words about judges of election. I'm very happy to say that we have already over 8,100 people who have applied to be election judges for Election Day. Since we need only 6,500 election judges, we are proud to say that we have already hit our hiring goal. However, we will continue to assign new judges and prepare for eventual resignations. So if you're still interested in being a judge of election, you can still apply at pollworker.chicagoelections.gov. As of today, we have over 1,700 high school students and 190 college students stepping up to the election judges, which is wonderful. Together, that's over a quarter of our total poll worker population force, all led by young voters. Now, a few notes about our registrations in the city. Voter registration in Chicago has been looking strong as we head into the November election. And speaking of our younger voters, there's been a surge of new registrations from people aged 18 to 35. Since June 1st, we have seen over 49,000 new voter registrations. The majority of new registrations are women, and primarily young women. 3,600 new registrations are from just 18-year-olds. The highest number of registrations for a single age number. 19-year-olds are not far behind at 3,000 registrations. This is truly inspiring to see. Now that there are 33 days until the election, we urge Chicago voters to make a plan to vote today. There are many important races on the ballot. Voters will be choosing their candidate for president, U.S. representatives, state legislators, Cook County State's Attorney, Illinois Supreme Court, and many more important races. And for the first time ever in our city's history, voters will be choosing members of the new elected public school board. Many people have worked for decades to put this office on the ballot, and now we urge voters to check their district number and take a look at the candidates in their area. You can go to chicagoelections.gov and use the voter information lookup tool to get started. Don't wait until the last second on November 5th. We've all been there, and we never know what can happen that day. Child issues, health issues, weather issues, work issues. Research your choices now and make a plan to vote now. And as always, we urge anyone with questions to give us a call at 312-269-7900 or email us at cboe@chicagoelections.gov. Thank you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
On the vote by mail,